Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning to my channel. I am Valery Molone, leadership coach and motivational speaker. This is Coach Molone channel. You ask me a question and I'll give you guys an answer. So if you do have a question, be sure to leave your question and send me a question. I will make sure to answer every question that you have. In today's episode, I will be talking about how to take your past trauma and turn it into a breakthrough. Now, for those of you who know me, I have been through a lot of obstacles in my life. I've been through a lot of trauma in my life. To just mention a couple of it and go over some of the stuff that I have been through is I was very young when I got married. At the age of 13, I got married. At the age of 14, I became a mother. I was a battered wife and I went to a bunch of other trauma to come out of that situation. Now, life for me was in a very dark place. I didn't have no hope. I didn't know what to do. I was very young and it took me a long time to come out of that and make myself believe in that I deserve better, that I can do this, and I can take that trauma and turn it to a better life for myself and my children. In this episode, I will be giving you guys 4 tips that you can apply in your life today to make a change in your life, to become a person that you deserve to be, to become happier, to become somebody that you know that you have a value in this world, despite what you have been through. And these tips are from my own experience in life. So let's begin. One of the things that I did and I learned that is very important for you to understand, no matter what have you been through in the past, you must learn to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself that you can do whatever you set your mind to it. I know it's very easy to get caught in the idea of it's easy to say than to do it, but it'll take time to practice that. Believing in yourself is actually a process for you to practice in order to learn, in order to truly in your heart believe in yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are just important as everybody else in this world. And for me, it took me a long time to learn to believe in myself, to learn that I can come out of that situation, to learn that I can go ahead out there and meet some wonderful people that give me an idea, to learn that I can be a student and I can learn something from somebody every single day. And I believe that I can do this no matter what situation you have been through. I promise you, somebody out there has it worse than you. And I keep reminding myself of that. And I believe that if other people can come out of it, I could do it too. And that's one thing you should learn. You should really, truly believe in that. No matter what you want to do in your life, you have to believe that you can do it. Because you are just as capable as everybody else in this world. You are just as special as everybody in this world. Don't let somebody's money, title, education, look prevent you from believing that you are just valuable to yourself and to others. So that's tip number 1. Always believe in yourself that you can do it. Tip number 2, develop a self-confident. Now, I get asked question a lot how to become more confident. And I made a bunch of episodes, a couple of videos about how to become more confident. But in this one, I'm just going to give you a brief definition of what confident is and how you can become more confident. Now, confidence is something that you can learn. That's the good news. You can learn how to become more confident. And we'll become more confident when we have a lot of knowledge about the subject that we wanted to be comfortable at or become a confident at. So once you set a goal and you accomplish small wins in that goal, that will make you confident. So it's very important to understand that your past trauma doesn't determine your future. And if you have a goal and if you want to achieve something, you have to take a baby step. And no matter how much you accomplish, whether small or big, then that will give you confidence to keep it going and keep moving forward. And that's how you develop a confidence. Now, I came in this country, couldn't speak the language, didn't have no education. And I know it was hard for me. I was really lacking confidence because every time I would talk to somebody, I would say to myself, I don't know if I'm saying the right word. I don't know if I can talk about this. And that made me believe that I cannot be confident. But as I grew and as I learned, as I spent time around people, I learned that confidence is something that you can actually learn. The more you learn about your life, the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about other people, the more confident you become. And more importantly, if you begin to love yourself, if you begin to understand that you matter just like everybody else, you will build up a confidence. I've seen a lot of scenarios that people go when they're together with a group of people, they're shy, they hold themselves back from talking about the subject that other people are talking, or simply if they have a goal they wanted to achieve, the first thing goes through their mind is that, what if I cannot do it? What if I can fail in this? And their confidence goes down. So it's very important to fight through that and push yourself and say that I will take a baby step, even if I have to fail. That will boost up your confidence. Now, failure, you learn from your failure. But it's scary to think that way. But I promise you that once you fight through that, you become more and more confident on the subject that you wanted to achieve. Tip number 3, and this may sound so silly and may sound so simple, but it's very, very powerful. And I did that, and I still do it because it's that effective. Count your small winning. See, as a human, what we do is that, especially when we go through trauma, we already don't have confidence. We don't believe in ourselves. That little negative voice is always there and keeps you from achieving anything. So you have enough, but life goes really fast. We do things all day long that we don't pay attention to. We don't take time to realize how grateful it is to be alive, how grateful it is to be healthy, how grateful it is to be human in this time and age. And we forget that. And as a human, we do. I still do. Life gets busy. It's very important to count your small winning. I don't care how small it is. If you can write it down, everything that you do, whether it's big or small, every single day, you'll be amazed in the end of the week, in the end of the month, in the end of the year. You go through your list and see how much you have accomplished. Now, for me, it may sound silly. Sometimes I hate to drink water. I don't like drinking water. But in order for me to drink 8 glasses of water every single day, when I do drink the water, I put it as in winning. Because I don't simply like to drink water. So even though for some people that may be very small, for me that's a win. Because it's not something that I wanted to do. So there's a lot of small things in life that makes you come out of your comfort zone, that makes you do things that you don't like. But when you do it, you should write it down. You should reward yourself. You should say to yourself, even though it's small, for me, it's a big deal. I did it. And once you do that, it will add on. And once it adds on, you will go back and look at it, and that will give you the confidence. That will give you the belief that from here on, no matter what else that I set up myself to do, I'm able to do it. Because that's how confidence comes in, from a small win. And I always tell to my clients that when you have a goal, once you achieve your goal, game over. It's the journey, it's the process, it's the small win that you have to count. And we forget that. So once you count your small winning, that's when you become more confident. That's when you know you can do more and more to push yourself to the part to get what you want from life. Tip number 4. This is my favorite and the last one. Talk to yourself like a champion. It's very important to look at yourself. Don't let the past trauma keep you from the future success. I practiced this. It took me years and years to believe in that. This is what happened in life, okay? Everybody goes through things, whether small or big. Now, to somebody, trauma means different. The other one, simply losing a job can be a trauma. Going through divorce can be a trauma. Simple things like that. But to other ones, it's a different meaning. I learned that regardless of what you've been through, that keeping you from you to become successful in life, that's a trauma. Anything that keeps you in your comfort zone, that doesn't make you move forward, that's a trauma. And that's what we don't like as a human, because we don't like to be in one place and be something that we don't like. We feel uncomfortable in our own skin. And I lived in that place for a long time. I was very uncomfortable with myself, knowing that I could do something about it, but I was in my comfort zone. It was really hard for me to learn new stuff. It was really hard for me to put myself out there. It was really hard for me to even understand, because I thought, okay, I've been through this much trauma. How can I come out of this? How can, I felt embarrassed. I was embarrassed to go out in the society and actually think of myself that I can be just like everybody else. So it's very important to create an imagination, the world that you want it to go. As simply as to create an imagination. Whatever that may look like to you. Everybody creates a different world for themselves. Every person goal is different. So when you choose something that you want to accomplish, literally visualize it in your head, create a picture, and every morning step into that world to remind yourself that you will get there. And talk to yourself like a champion. Talk to yourself that I will do whatever it takes to get from point A to point B. And that's what I did. I created a life. I said, okay, what do I want in my life? I wanted to have a meaningful life. I wanted to have a purpose in this life. I wanted to take that trauma that I've been through and use it to help others. That was my goal. And it took me a long time to get over my own fears, to get over my own obstacle, to learn about myself, to reinvent myself. It took me a long time, but I came out of it. Why? Because I created this world in my head. I created that. How would that look like? What did I look like? When I get there, how would that feel? I literally created that. And it took me years and years to get here, but I picture it every single day. I talk to myself like I was already there. So when you do that, that's when the law of attraction comes in. That's when you hang out with people that have the same mind, the same ideas, and support the same thing that you do. That's when you pay attention to the things that is important to you. That's when you realize things that you have to let go of. That's when you realize things that people say and it's really not relevant to you anymore. It's very important to create that world, the end game. Because when we think about stuff, if we don't write it down, if we don't create an imaginary world for it, and if we don't think of ourselves that we're gonna get there and this is how we're gonna feel, you forget. There's a million thoughts goes to our head every single day. You have a good idea, you feel good one day, you feel bad one day, it just comes and goes. But if you really want to take that experience that you had, that made you feel bad about yourself, that made you think that negatively, then you have to create a path in your head first. You have to create a world that if I want to come out of this world of darkness, where am I going? Where is the light? And if I get to that light, how would I feel? What do I look like? Who do I want to hang out with? Who am I associating myself with? And once you can do that, the path will become very easy, because then you will literally know who to hang out with and who to eliminate, what to do and what not to do. And it makes the journey very, very easy. And that's what I did. I picture myself being over here talking to you and helping somebody to get over their trauma and make themselves better to become a person that they are. And it took me a lot of years. And I have a lot of years to go too. I have a lot of learning to do. But that's okay, because I know where I'm going. I know it's going to take time. And I know it takes a lot of practice. But I'm willing to do it because I remind myself every single day. That's where I want to go. So it's very important to talk to yourself like a champion and that you're already winning it. And that will give you belief. That will give you confidence. That will give you to count your wins that you're doing every single day. So that's my answer to this question. I hope this answer helped you guys, and you can take this strategy, apply it as soon as possible in your life. And if you think that this episode helping you or anybody that needs it, please be sure to share it. Follow us on our other social media, and I thank you so much for watching. Till next time, have a great day.